Hey everyone, Phi Farley here. It's 7th of January. We have got a great slate of games today in college basketball. I'm going to get to a best bet in just 1 second. Coming off a nice win yesterday, Alabama State hit the number exactly what I thought. So, that is luck. It's not that I knew they were going to hit exactly 5. I just thought the number should have been 5 instead of 8.5. So we had 3.5 points of value. Ends up coming in within that 8.5. So nice win. And don't forget, Alabama State, this is going to go under the radar, I feel. When they play their next home game, it's on the 11th against Mississippi Valley. It'll be their first home game of the entire season. So what is it, 14 games into the year, 15 games into the year, and they'll play their first home game. So don't forget to circle that one. If we get a good line, that'll be a good one to jump on. So just a little FYI, you can make some coin there if we get a good number. So now, let's talk about today's slate, because speaking of home games, we have a really good spot. Nothing but key matchups. Yesterday we had a lot of smaller conferences under the radar, took a lot of research, a lot of work. Here we get a lot of big games, Power Fives, and great matchups. I'm going to go to the Big Ten for my best bet of the day. Before I do that, let me say real quick, side note, thank you to subscribers. I appreciate you. For those of you who haven't subscribed, take a second and do so. Hit that notification bell. Keep contributing to the community. Throw a comment down below that you joined in. It'd be great to hear from you. And as always, those who do have been watching along for a while, I appreciate you even more. So, all right, Big Ten, Ohio State, Maryland, first matchup of the year. This is a really good spot for Maryland. Big Ten, I always add a little bit more to the home team than I normally would. Sometimes 7, 8 points off of my original number, off the KP number. And that's what we have here. When it comes to Ohio State, Maryland, what KP would have this line at would be a 1-point favorite of Maryland. We're getting 2.5, so we have to lay a little bit more, but that's going straight by the book. I think this is going to be going up towards Maryland. They have a great home court advantage. Not a lot has changed in their power rankings from last year to this year. And last year, Maryland was 7-1 at home last year. So they beat Ohio State at home last year, including every other team in the conference, including top 10 opponents, Purdue at the time. They have a very good, strong home court advantage. Meanwhile, Ohio State, what did they do last year? Both these teams went to the tournament. Both of them were sitting around 20 wins. What did Ohio State do on the road last year in conference? 2-7. 2-7. Like I said, they lost to Maryland. They actually lost to Maryland at home as well, but not a very strong road customer here in Ohio State, and that's going to happen again this year. Maryland already, right out of the gates, is doing the same thing that all these Big Ten teams tend to do. They beat Illinois at home. They beat Indiana at home, and then they lose to Penn State on the road in a very close game. What's Ohio State here, coming off of a bad loss to Wisconsin at home? That shouldn't happen. They lost that one at home. They lost the one at Minnesota. That's a game they should win, but it's on the road in the Big Ten, and that seems to happen. Then they just throttle Penn State at home, which is a great club with some guys that are hungry after they ended up at the end of last year, and good squad there in Penn State. I like them a lot. But just the home court advantage in the Big Ten, I can't stress enough how big of a factor that is. When you pick your spots, you can get a lot of good wins. And I think we're going to have a really good spot here for Maryland. So I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Terrapins over Ohio State Buckeyes, dropping their third straight game and getting Maryland another win at home in their nice run that they've had. All right, there you go. Best bet of the day, Maryland. Good luck, everyone, today. We'll see you again soon.